Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I hate the feeling you're going to have the exact same amount of people that are going to tune in. I managed to fuck up even that. There we go. We're alive. Welcome to another edition of Wide Open, folks. Show that starts Saturday night. Will there be a set time at some point? Who fucking knows? It's all going to depend on, well, let's just say a lot of different things. So in case Nick actually tunes into this or listens to it or whatever, let me spark up real quick. I didn't even think about this today, but I went to, well, we'll get back to that. Give me a moment. I probably should have sparked this up before I fucking started the program, but okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. I went to go get some documents printed out, and I went to Office Depot, which they're, for the most part, kind of the safe territory as far as all the COVID things go. I just spilled booze all over myself. I'll talk about that in a moment. But I went to my local cigar shop, or formerly local cigar shop. And truth be told, I had to not wear a mask, but a respirator. What's the difference here? I'll tell you. I'm not sure if I fully lit this thing or not, but there's smoke coming out of it. Okay. I went there. The last time I went there, like they did kind of ask me to put my mask on. And I was showing them how to actually properly mount it. And I told them in no short words, like, look, the reason I'm coming to this shop is because you guys have been safe as far as that bullshit goes. Like, I don't even do business in the town that I'm in now because of this shit. Not because there's only been two, maybe three businesses that have, pulled that shit. And by the way, have been real fucking militant as far as that goes. Like, even more than outside of a couple places, like outside of Seattle. And so I haven't been to too many other businesses out here. It's to the point I was like, I don't even want to know. I don't want to find out how fucking far this fucking place has fallen to goddamn Nazism and fascism, whatever have you. I don't want to know. Got less than 2 months to go before all this shit's over anyway. So why don't we just fucking bide our time and just we'll visit them once all this shit's over. Trust me, plenty of business I want to go check out once this shit is over. One of the cigars amongst the other ones, I didn't get anything too expensive. One of the ones I got that I'm smoking now, I didn't even think about it. is it's called what is it? JFR's Lunatic. Let's see if they have anything else in it. It's a Lunatic Habano, short robusto. I didn't even think about it. I was like, you know what? I might want that again. So I mean, I got one of those saved. It's in my what do you call it? I got it in the bag. It's just like it's a sampling of different ones that I've had before that I liked good enough that I decided to buy again. But it's a shorter one. It's like 5 inches or something like that. Not that long. Looks like most people penises. Where do I women like me so much? Anyways, figured that would be good for like kind of a short show. What I'm kind of planning this one to be. Honestly, everybody's like either they're sane, which means apparently they're in bed before midnight here. It's still got 5 minutes to go. If my clock is any indication. Hey, what are these bar hours you speak of? But also, I have one subject I want to talk about. If you saw well, I guess it's kind of self-explanatory. Um, I didn't know he was going to do this. Actually, I was kind of hoping, but I wasn't hoping too much because he did a broadcast yesterday. And usually, when people do broadcasts, outside of me, really, they won't do one the next day or next couple of days or something. They'll wait a few days if they don't wait for like a week or so. But Michael Decon, that is Michael Decon of the Michael Decon Program, MichaelDecon.com, who is he is a sponsor of the show, which is still on hiatus right now, but I have other programs, as you can see, this being one of them. I mean, he did a show today, and the show centered around a guy, there was a guest he had on. Now, I'm going to take a wild guess. He's actually put it, or just to make things a little bit more clear, or just to add to this, he's the reason that I actually started doing this particular format. Now, one, in part, sometimes I have technological snafus. Sometimes I have issues with the internet. Sometimes other people have issues with the internet. What better way to get around it than just using a fucking phone line? Hence the name, Wide Open Phones. But, and I have yet to ask him about this. I probably will at some point. That's what I suspect he does. Because he'll give out a phone number. It's a 760 number. Which, Jesus Christ, that area code gets a lot of fucking play, man. Tell you what. But I'll have a guest on, but I'll always have room for one other person. Which leads me to believe he does three-way calling, of which may happen on this program. Who knows? So he's kind of inspiration for me doing this, is what I'm saying. We had a guest on today. I'm glad he did it. I didn't think I'd have anything to listen to. There we go. Watch Michael Decon live at 30 minutes. He's talking to some guy called what was it, Alkaline Life or something like that. Alkaline Life, I believe. I might look for him later. I don't know. A second. There we go. That's a much better cherry. That's what I said when she started taking her clothes off. Anyways, we continue. Let's guess now. I think they started talking about the whole 9/11 thing, of which, yeah, you know, I'll put it. My official stance on that is this: I don't know. I had no fucking idea. Do I think that you know, crazed Muslims or whatever staged you know, staged and coordinated that whole fucking thing? It's possible. Again, I think the what was it, Bin Laden? He was trained by the FBI or CIA or somebody to do crazy shit like that. He was trained in guerrilla warfare. UE, not like the animal Quinn, right? Who's probably listening. So that could be one possibility. Do I know? I don't. Actually, one question I thought about, but never thought to ask publicly. It could be that actually, no, I forgot to go on the fucking Instagram. Give me a second. One question I never thought to ask, like, has anybody actually seen the fucking planes hit the building? We've all seen the videos, and you know how this shit could be faked. You know, there's that. Where the government has time to fake that shit is another topic entirely. Hey, if anybody was in the New York area day of, well, shit, just let me know. All right, Poptic Wish actually does have a little bit of a chest on her. Okay, good for her. Hang on. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Jesus. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, let's see. There we go. Hit this button. There we go. That should work. I don't see anybody online, so all right, it's fine. If nobody shows up, that's okay. It's all good. As far as the other, what do you call it? Conspiracy theories, I guess you can call them. That this is government plan, U.S. government plan, by the way. You know, where there are thermite charges set there, you know, for good or bad, you know, whether to collapse the building before it could fall on other ones or to collapse the building themselves. I don't know. I've heard good arguments for both sides. But the conversation went on along that. By the way, actually, funny enough, this morning, I was scrolling on the twat her, and somebody posted a recording of our Führer in chief here, apparently, according to a few people. He was actually commenting on the World Trade Center, like he had visited it, and he saw how it was built. You know, it's like, you know, it's got a metal skeleton out structure, something, you know, just in case somebody decided to fly something into it. Which, by the way, I think not only did that happen in the 90s, but there was also a bombing in the basement by the foundations. It was like half the columns, supporting columns were blown out, and the building still stood. They went about their business as though nothing happened. Now, again, I remember I made my own estimate about that. I believe I don't remember what it was, what the building or the plane was, but I myself made the comparison between that plane, which is not very big, which means not too much kinetic energy, really, compared to a 757, 767, 777, or their Airbus equivalents. Way more kinetic energy and fuel that could be carried by these. Those things can do a lot more damage than the planes of old. But even our, Orange Man Bat in Chief there, he said, you know what, no, I'm looking at this and I'm taking fucking notes. I'm passing this along to the people building my buildings. Like, I want them to do this because this makes them a lot more safe. He said that the day that he said that right at 9/11, that fucking day. I mean, he also talked about like, how the buildings fell and stuff too. Like, he was like, he didn't believe it. Maybe a plane hit it, but that's not what brought it down. He even mentioned the fucking 767 is like, no, 767 is not going to do that. Before you call this guy like an idiot or whatever, the guy, his IQ test up right up there with mine, maybe even higher. Which begs the question, if I've been given $1 million by my dad to start my own business venture or whatever, God, where the fuck would I be right now? Well, probably in a suit, like he usually is. I'm not saying I love or hate the guy or I'm even neutral towards. I don't care. That's just what I came across. That's what this Alkaline guy was talking about. But then he went off on this whole other fucking religious tangent. He's talking about what was it, like the 13, what the fuck was it? 13 angels or 13, wherever the fuck it was. He went way the fuck off the deep end. Like, well, I mean, way the fuck off. Like, he was getting into the shit that, like, I mean, not being a studier of, Christianity or Catholicism or whatever the fuck religion he was talking about. I'm listening to this and, like, half of this shit I haven't even heard about. And outside, like, one or two other, listeners or commenters to the Michael Decon Program who tuned in, most of them didn't know about that shit either or had any interest. I'll tell you this, I mean, it was entertaining. And that happens a lot on the Michael Decon Pro. You'll hear a lot about 9/11, that's a hoax or it was a false flag or something like that. You hear a lot of that. You hear a lot about how COVID-19 is a false flag for other reasons. That I'll actually agree with. I mean, that's been pretty obvious for the last few months now. Yeah, talk about, you want to talk about getting deep? Dude, I couldn't get that deep if it was a woman and I was inside her, man. Yeah, he got into some real crazy shit. And drinking a Bud Light seltzer margarita, by the way. So you take a Bud Light seltzer, They're not bad, by the way. It's like everything but the actual Bud Light thing is ain't bad for what it is. You take that, you add orange bitters, if you can fucking get them. I actually have a fucking stash of that shit, so I'm good. A little bit of lime juice, and then add a shot of tequila to it. Blanco or Reposado, your choice. I want Blanco. Yeah, I'm listening to a lot of shit he's talking about. He doesn't believe in aliens, but he believes that, you know, we have interdimensions or something like that. There's different dimensions, and that's why we can't see, what was it, Nephilim and all this other shit. And then, you know, what is it? The second coming is happening. You know, we got Agenda 21 coming. Few months away, by the way. Hope you're all excited. And essentially, basically, we're, to sum it up, they're these otherworldly beings. The fallen angels, they're not dead. That's why you call them fallen. But they're still around. They're going to come in and wreak havoc and all this other bullshit. Whether it's true or not. Which leads me to the point that I was thinking of. Here's the thing. He could be completely right about this. There could be a God, an omnipotent, omnipotent figure that created everything that's around us, all matter in the solar system and the galaxy and all, or the universe and all this stuff. He could have done that. He could have impregnated some hapless guy's, what do you call it, wife with a son he named Jesus. I'm sure that's Juan Cabrera's brother there. Nick Schuler's in the chat. He might be hunting a space station right now. Who fucking knows? Space station might have seen God or Jesus up close. Who knows? I mean, everything's like it could be true. You have these fucking, what was it, like a royal bloodline or something? You know, you have these fucking demons and you have these fucking angels and shit, and they're 12 feet tall and they're super strong and they live in the center of the fucking earth or something because that's just where they fucking live. And Earth might be flat. Actually, that came up literally right before I was able to actually type it out. That came up. Nick Schuler, in case you're wondering, we're talking about the Michael Decon Program, where a lot of shit like this ends up being brought up. The reason I know about this particular program is because Big Angry Phil, bigangryphil.com, was on that particular program, talking about the things that go on in LA. We're all the same people. Apparently, they're either in bed or they're at the bar. If there's even a bar open past midnight these fucking days. Remember when that was a thing? Old Nick probably wouldn't. I do. Nick, give me a minute to get past some point, and you can call in if you want. Nick, I think, has a number. If you're listening to this, the number is as follows: 253. That is a Pierce County, South King County area code. 253-397-8430. That is 253-397-8430. But he goes into all this shit, and he has all this fucking There's a lot of shit I hadn't heard about. I made a lot of jokes about it because that's just what I do on people's live streams. A lot of other people did too. But I'm listening to this, and my thought is, going back to labeling this show, the time series, like, you had to take years, maybe even a decade, maybe 2 decades, who knows, to learn all this shit. So where did you get all the time to fucking learn this shit? I certainly don't have that fucking time. Can I tell you what I did with my time today? We're at downtime. There wasn't any work to do, so I had plenty of internet time to just fuck around and do things. I had a random thought in my head that one way that will make it more enticing for people. Maybe you like this YouTube channel. By the way, hit the like button to this and subscribe and all the other good things that you're supposed to do for YouTube channels and posts and all that shit. By the way, I got to call StreamYard tomorrow because they didn't redo my fucking my free 20 hours or whatever the fuck it is. Which, by the way, I'm cool with just having it there. One, I don't need to remove the StreamYard, what do you call it? Touchstone? What is it called? Watermark? I think it's called a watermark or something. Basically, it shows it's powered by StreamYard. No, I want that up there because that advertises for StreamYard. And 2, I don't broadcast out unless it's some crazy thing like Bull Rush is there, and he's got absolutely nothing better to do, and we just end up talking for like 5-6 fucking hours. I don't use that many hours anyways. Yeah, one of the wild ideas I had is like, you know what would maybe a good reason to get people to go to the goddamn bacon.com and, click that, maybe put it in their bookmarks, check it every other day, every other week, whatever. 3 new posts this week, by the way. One is Patriot. The second one is the 95%. And the third one is In Memoriam. Talked about that last night on End Times Report. Oh, and then the one after that is End Times Report on Fire, of which I'm very fucking proud. Nick, have you seen that actually? Nick, if you haven't, go to the goddamn bacon.com. It's literally the latest post. Tell me what you think of the cover art. I don't think we talked about this particular case, but I think it's still rather fucking fitting. And even if it isn't, that's still fucking hilarious as far as I'm concerned. But what I thought of, what you can do is, you know what? Does WordPress, which is the site builder that I have for now, do they have a way that I could, if I was broadcasting live like I'm doing now on YouTube, I could have people tune into the goddamn bacon.com and, there'd be like a widget or a clicky thing. You can click on that and then you could watch it live from there. And I thought that might be a good selling point for going to the website, sending more traffic that way. And so I decided to take a look. Turns out there is that option. And I downloaded a couple of the plugins. WordPress uses plugins for different things. The way I'm uploading this show now, it's not as good as I was doing before, but for whatever fucking reason, that's the only way I'm able to do it. But that's a plugin. Is called the Advanced Uploader, I think. That's a plugin. The CAPTCHA to leave a comment, it's also a plugin. So it's YouTube, you know, watch live from the website itself rather than having to log into Google or log into YouTube or whatever. That's a plugin as well. And they seem fairly slick, but here's the problem. They do not make the, I shouldn't be surprised. There's a reason StreamYard became a fucking thing. And that's because Google or YouTube, they don't make shit easy for. What the fuck? Are we done with this? Okay. I may be doing my show by fucking Telegram at some point. Why am I doing wide open phones? Because shit like this happens. Fuck it, just call me. 253-397-8430. That is a call-in number if you are listening live. If not, save that number. There'll be another one next week. Jesus, I can't fucking win. I just cannot fucking win, man. Christ almighty. Ray John's here. I'm a proud feminist. Good for you. He's not showing up. Oh, no, he's showing up now. Okay, there we go. Welcome, Ray John. RayJohn.com. You have a website. I think I checked it. You actually do have a website. I don't know how much is on there. I think you do your own broadcast. So I'll check again at some point. I'm playing video games right now. I for one am shocked. When are you not playing video games? Back on topic. Just to make it short, you know, there's all these other fucking things you have to do to make a fucking YouTube widget on your website. Or as they say, it's fucking easy. Trust me, it's not. And I know how to fucking do a lot of shit online. I'm not the best, but I'm not fucking stupid either. I'm not inexperienced as far as this goes. Like, they made this shit way the fuck too difficult. And I still might do it, but, you know, I spent about, I won't say an hour, maybe like 45 minutes trying to figure this shit out. By the way, what was it, like API settings? Nick, if you know what that is, please let me know. Shit, you know what? You or Ray John, if you guys can figure that shit out, I might be willing to pay you to actually just fucking do that for me. I'll give you the fucking login info for my particular site, and then you guys can figure that shit out. I might be willing to outsource for that, is what I'm saying. Analyze the MMA fighters. Victoria, who's a follower of the Michael Decon Program, that's what we're talking about here. She was watching a fight there, apparently. Apparently, that was a good one. As far as she goes now, I don't know. I didn't watch it. So I can't give my judgment on it, but, you know, she said it was the best fight in a while, so maybe she actually knows what she's talking about. Who knows? Yeah, again, I'm looking at it like, how did I make this shit easy? I still don't have that done. I still have the tabs and shit open, so I'll fuck around with that. But that's one thing. But my point being, at least that's something that brings a benefit. Maybe you only want to bookmark the page to goddamnbacon.com. Maybe you don't want to follow me at Bacon Comments. You don't want to follow me here. You don't want to download the app for whatever reason. I mean, I'm not here to judge. That's fine. It just opens up another option. You know what? You can go to the goddamnbacon.com and then you can just watch the live streams there or watch some of the videos that I've done before there. There's a lot of things you can do there, but it's like all these fucking settings and you have to have an app and all this other bullshit. It's like, the fuck, man? How about I make this shit a little bit easier? Oh, wait, this is Google. Of course, they're never going to make it fucking easy. So I wasn't able to get that done tonight. Maybe I'll get it done at some point. Who knows? Depends on what my time is like. But that's my point. See, at least that, you know, I had a learning curve, you know. I had a story to tell here, by the way. There's a benefit for that. By the way, this is while I'm quote unquote on the clock. So in between, you know, doing delivery runs and all this shit, you know, I'm doing this. So I'm making good use of my time. Time, by the way, in case you forgot or you didn't know this, only fucking currency you ever have here. Doesn't matter how much money in US dollars, it doesn't matter how many pounds of silver you have, does it matter how much food or appliances or property or guns or cars or whatever. Doesn't matter how much of that shit you have. In the sense that if you only got 5 minutes to live or 10 minutes to live or an hour to live or something, most of that shit doesn't matter anymore because you're never going to be able to use it. You're not going to be able to do anything with it. And so I prioritize time over everything else. Timing is everything. And what you decide to spend your time on, whether you're listening to this program, thank you very much. Apparently that gives you enough value. This program gives you enough value that you choose to listen to it instead of listening to other platforms or doing anything else like what Rajon is doing, playing video games. I guess he's listening to this as well. Good on you. At least, you know, you're playing video games, you're enjoying yourself, you're not doing too much, but at least you're double multitasking here at least. And also analyzing MMA fighters, apparently. But that was the question I raised. Like, I don't know about this guy. Like, I don't have the fucking time to sit there and go that fucking deep into the Bible or go that deep into the religion or whatever the fuck this guy was into. I knew a few of the terms he was talking about. What was it? Nephilim, that's some sort of demon or something. But this whole, you know, like royal blood and, you know, they're mating with humans and all this other shit. Like, I'm listening to this shit, I'm like, and by the whole tone of it was also like, it's like what a lot of levels like. We're back around. Oh, with 16 guys in paramilitary gear, you know, they show up, you know, and you're just trying to let the world burn and stuff, and they want to get your shit and kill you or shoot you or whatever. It's like, first of all, that's all specific. But second of all, that shit that I can't do anything about, apparently. if it's a superior force that I can't do anything about, then by definition, I can't do anything about it. If I can do something about it, then I will be doing something about it. And that was a thought that I had. It's like, he's talking about all this shit. So, okay, these are superhumans. You know, we humans, we have no chance against them, apparently. Okay. So there's two paths I could think of. One, he's completely right about everything he's saying. Dirty superhumans, they're the fallen angels, the Nephilim, they're the other 12 tribes or whatever, what have you. So let's say he's right about that. And once they start moving or whatever, you know, they want to destroy the world and all this shit. And there's a rapture. And then all of us heathens here listening to this broadcast, by the way. Rajon, if you want to call in, feel free. 253-397-8430. That is 253-397-8430. So either he's 100% right, let's just take that. Well, what that means is that there's nothing we can really do about it. We can't fight back. They're superior beings that we can't even fucking touch. They live in the fucking center of the planet. So not only do they deal with the heat of living in the center of the planet, they also deal with the fucking gravitational pull there too. They're stronger than anybody can even fucking comprehend. They're kind of like Cthulhu. You can't fight against Cthulhu, apparently. So then why worry about it? If there's nothing I can do about a particular situation, there's no point in worrying about it because there's no actionable, action that you can take. And so why worry about it? Look, one thing that all of us have in common, we're all going to die. You're going to die. I'm going to die. Nick Schulander is going to die. Rajon is going to die. Aaron Clary is going to die. Bull Rush is going to die. Rob Says is going to die. RobSays.net. Vince the Master Geek is going to die. TJ Martinell, TJMartinell.com. He's going to die. Everybody here is going to fucking die at some point. That's a truth that you just accept and you keep moving on. You keep living fucking life as best you can. Why fucking worry about it? Maybe other people are going to think of. Sam Lipsos, the great one. SamLipsos.com. He's alive for now. He's going to die. Do you think he worries about this shit? No. He's working for Wayland Yutani and, you know, going on runs and hikes and looking at pretty chicks on in the Colorado State University that he lives by. I'm already dead. Respawn. There ain't no respawn to life, my friend. You're going to die. Question is, are you going to spend it just playing video games the entire time, or are you going to actually go fucking live life? I spend my time playing video games. I'm not slamming on that. That is, I'm not going to lie, it's fun. It can actually increase your reaction time, too. But what else are you going to do with your life? The other side, of course, is that he's full of shit. He's horse shitting. Everything he says, you know, it's not going to come true. Most of, part of, or if not all of it. And so that's the same fucking conclusion. Then why worry about it? If it's bullshit, why worry about it? I mean, sure, but I'm not going to lie, it's very interesting. It's crazy the turns and, you know, fucking sidetracks the shit that this guy went on about. I'm sure it'd be interesting to actually read about this kind of stuff, you know, like actually study it. Not taking that away from him. But what's the payout? If it's just interest, if it's like just reading a story, you know, like Star Wars or Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or Rajon's video games. Okay, or I can understand it. There's the entertainment value of that. But if it doesn't bring me any benefit, and it doesn't bring me any entertainment value on top of that, then what's the point? Why would I worry about it? So again, just to recap, either he's right and we're all fucking doomed, which is the message there. I keep hearing that message a lot, by the way. Everybody's a fucking fatalist, apparently. So we're all doomed. In which case, why worry about it? You know what? I'll take it even further. Why not even be far more of a hedonist you are now? You know, Rajon, you go play your video games. Nick, you go chase fucking space stations. I'm going to drink myself into oblivion here. Aaron Clay is going to go ride motorcycles. Rob says he's going to keep practicing Don't Be There Jitsu. TJ Martinell is going to hang out with Reese's dog. Or somebody else's dog, but he walks him or something. The point being is that you just go ahead and keep on living life because, again, it's inevitable. So why fight it? You can't fight it, so why bother? You just carry on business as usual. Or even farther than that, you know, do other things. Rob a fucking bank. I don't know. I'm not advocating you rob a bank, by the way, in case the FBI is listening again. Do things that are fun for you, but, you know, don't top the line of being illegal. Go fuck that hot chick without a condom. Come inside of her. I know you wanna. Trust me, I've done it. Maybe not an actual model, but more than 2 or 3 women, you know, they could have fucking been. One of which I know for sure almost fucking was. Nick, you want to talk about my Hot Russia next there again? She almost got a fucking gig as a model. Her friend did. Oh, which I think her friend knew. She's hot in her own way, but I don't think she was as hot as a Hot Russia next. Let's just put it that way. Again, why I call her the Hot Russia next. Fuck it, pretend like an asteroid's on the way here. Do whatever the fuck you want. Do things you didn't, you know, you just wanted to do. Go skydiving. That's one thing that I don't want to do because there's no real fucking, aside from backup shoot, there's no fucking plan C, I guess. In case the first 2 fucking fail, of which you're kind of guaranteed death. Fuck it. I'll go skydiving. Fuck it. If we're gonna die anyways, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking live life the way I'm gonna live life as best as I fucking can, because as far as I know, this is the only time we're gonna have that experience. Now, this guy, he believes in Christ. I'm gonna guess that means he believes in heaven as well, which means he thinks there's an afterlife. So he's free to have those fucking thoughts. Oh, we're doomed, but you know, there's a life to go on afterwards, anyways. And he was like, you know what? This is the best shot I'm gonna ever have at my own existence. Might as well make the fucking best of it. I'm gonna eat the foods I want. I'm gonna fuck the girls I want. I'm gonna drink the booze that I want. I'm gonna do the broadcast that I want. Which even that's kind of a waste of time, because now I'm spending time recording, you know, and broadcasting to people. Like, they're all gonna die with me anyways. There's not gonna be any fucking legacy there. So why even do this broadcast? Or he's full of shit, and then that just basically means, like, then why worry about it? It's like all the other fucking preachers and shit, you know, hey, the world's gonna end on this fucking date, and then a date comes and like, oh, they move it to a different date, and that keeps fucking happening just permanently, basically. The date keeps getting moved back. So why worry about it? I have things to do with my time. I work. I like my job. That's one reason I work it. That's one reason I keep doing it, even though it's not paying that much right now. It will be later. But I like what I do, even though I work in Seattle. I work in a socialist city. That's true. Still enough decent people in my industry that is not bad. I just turned off my console time to stare at the wall. Okay, if that's how you want to spend your time, you want to spend time staring at the wall and doing nothing else, go right ahead and do that. Fine with me. You're not forcing me to stare at the wall with you, so you go ahead. You watch the paint dry even farther. If it makes you happy, you go ahead and do it. Again, with this guy, he studies all this shit that I'm pretty sure most fucking Christians or Catholics or whatever, like in the Western religion, I'm pretty sure even they haven't thought about this shit. Just the Philip and the 13 clans and the royal blood and all this shit. You go ahead and do that. Go right ahead. But what does it bring you? What benefit do you get from this? That's what I'm saying. Because I'm looking at this and my thought was like, I wouldn't get any benefits from this. This will be an exercise in academics, which is not bad. But what does it bring me? You know what my job brings me? What I spend my time doing? It brings me money that I can use to make this show better or feed myself or keep myself, have a roof over my fucking head, a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of, and a vehicle that gets me from point A to point B in any capacity that I want. That's what my job allows me to do. What does being on the internet do? It connected me with a lot of different people. Ray John being one of them, by the way. I'm glad I got a chance to have Ray John be part of this program. And we know he's not calling in at 253-397-8430. That's fine. You can just comment and stare at the wall and play video games and analyze MMA fighters and do whatever the fuck he does that makes Ray John Ray John. I'm not hating on him for that. That's just what makes Ray John Ray John. Let him do that. He'll post the socialist memes and he'll say he's a Trump supporter like 30 seconds later. Okay, fine. I met Dick Schulander through this. Aaron Clary. The Men's Room, mensroomlive.com. V. Ted Smith. Thepodcast.com. TJ Martinell, tjmartinell.com. Future, masculinegeek.com and robsays.net. Those two people. A lot of people that follow them. They now follow me and I follow them. I got a good social benefit out of that. On top of it being just entertaining. The great ones, sinlipsoch.com. So it wasn't a monetary benefit, but there was a benefit nonetheless. Me spending all the time learning about nutrition. World's greatest nutritionist speaking in right here. We're going to segue into another topic here just on that. I spent a lot of time. Free time, by the way. Was not paid to learn a lot about what nutrition was and what it isn't and how everybody's been lied to about their nutrition for the past 40, 50 fucking years. How basically the opposite of the truth is put up. Again, ask me how I know. I learned about a lot of that shit. I got into a lot of arguments about that too. That will fall into the entertainment category, but a benefit nonetheless. Talk about that. Hang on, I'll be right back. Hang on a second. I'm terrible at hearing music. Listen to me talk off crowd. That this marine layer came in. It's damping down all the smoke. Even though I have the filter in. I think I'll keep the filter in though. Just like a glove and it'll help keep bugs and shit out. So it's not just open window. I like it. Works for me. Probably get another one. not even pulling that much air through it like I was doing last week's. It last 3 fucking days. They're supposed to last 3 months. All right. All right. There we go. We're back. But that stuff, you know what? Ray John, I don't know if you've ever... Ray John, are you still a virgin? I don't know if you're spending all this time playing video games and doing other shit, you know, rather than getting outside and actually living your fucking life outdoors, rather. Have you actually stuck your dick in a woman or had a woman pull it in you? I don't know. Well, he just posted a gay pride flag, so okay. Okay, let me ask the question this. Have you stuck your dick in anybody, man or woman? I don't know if you're gay or not. If you're gay, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just curious. Have you done that? I'll tell you, it's a nice experience. Ask me how I know. One bit I found just doing what I do, doing the research I do, doing the experiments that I've done, diet experiments, exercise experiments, all this stuff. Sure, it didn't pay monetarily, but you know what? It paid as far as my health goes. It paid as far as my fitness goes. Paid as far as my satisfaction with whatever the hell I decide to eat goes. A lot of people, they think, you know, if you want to be fit or nutritious or whatever, that it kind of sucks. No, it doesn't. Ray J got his dick sucked once. He didn't say whether that person had a mustache or not. For the purpose of this program, I'm going to guess the former. Well, you know what? I got health out of that. I got fitness out of that. You know what? I could run 5, 6, 7 miles. I could bike 20, 25, 30. Actually, I could bike way more than that. I can carry a bunch of shit. I can lift things. I can instruct other people to do the same. So I didn't get a monetary benefit out of that, but I did get a physical, if not, you know, a physical and educational benefit out of studying nutrition, studying fitness. And by the way, in a way that most people don't fucking do it. Drew, Baye.com, BAYE.com. He follows the nutritional kind of, what do you call it? Traditional, like real lean meats, and then, you know, use carbs for energy, which is fine. You can do that. It does work. But I find that as a fallback to what humans usually do. They eat kind of fattier meats, so they get their energy from fat, but they still have the protein and stuff as well. That's the path that I follow. That's the path that I've been following for a long time. And guess what? I lost about 70, maybe 80 pounds of fat, by the way. And then I gained about 20, maybe 30 pounds now of muscle. And guess where I lost some of that weight? If you guessed it was around my pelvis, which gave me an extra fucking inch downstairs, by the way, you win a prize. I'm dead serious about that. That's why I keep bringing it up. If you want motivation there, lose the fucking weight and find a way to fucking do it. There's one reason if you're a guy, actually, if you're a girl too, you want your guy to lose weight. Apparently, Rogue of RoguePreparedness.com, her husband ended up losing 120 pounds or something. I still have that article. She did prepping for keto people. And I got to read through half of that, and I had other shit to do. But I'm going to give that a review because it's nutrition-based. And hopefully what I have to say will help her. But I got a benefit out of it. That's my whole point. I got a real tangible benefit. Now I'm in real good shape. Now I'm harder to kill. Now I look better. Now my clothes fit better. Now I fit into smaller clothes. I actually wear a size medium. Before I even started, I was still in the martial arts. For the longest time, I was still wearing a double XL. I probably could have, I could have worn a larger XL or whatever, but I was wearing a double XL. Now I fit in the fucking medium pretty easily. I could probably wear a small if I wanted to, and I'm 6'2". I'm not a small guy. Despite what Burr Rush would say, I'm not a small guy. Ray John says he lost 20 pounds and the sauna room helps. Yes, the sauna room will help. Kind of half on and off about the sauna room. It'll help you sweat out a lot of things. I think it's better for toxins and shit. If you have a lot of water, too, by the way, you're going to lose a lot of water if you're in a sauna room. Sauna rooms tend to be pretty hot, so you sweat there. That's the main benefit. You're better off running, I would say. And I'm not a fan of running. But I think you'd be better off running doing, you're better off doing some sort of physical activity that makes you sweat than sitting in the room that makes you sweat. Just saying. But just pursuing that, there was no monetary benefit, but it had all these other benefits. What is the benefit of learning about all this religious shit? What is the benefit of learning about all these fucking angels and all these devils and all this shit that you can't do any fucking thing about? That you're, I guess, according to this guy, apparently you're powerless against. MMA fighters do it all the time. It's probably to cut weight, but that's another story entirely. You're learning all this knowledge that probably took years to learn, maybe even a decade, maybe even 2 decades to fucking learn, because he got real fucking deep with this shit. Okay, you learned all this, but then what do you do with that knowledge? Do you just tell other people about it? Then it's Aaron Clary's circle of why bother. You're learning the knowledge to learn the knowledge. And there's nothing wrong with that. But don't you have a better use of your fucking time? By the way, it should be noted that this guy, Michael Decon, he had way more patience than I fucking did. Now, it depends. That's something, if I have the time like I do now, I can go to fucking 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning or something. It's 0052 hours right now. That's 12:52 in the morning for those of you who can't tell time. Well, I can just sit here and bullshit, as long as you guys want. If you called in at 253-397-8430, you would know. I can take time and just fuck around, but this is my off time. I'm not going to spend my waking hours, or daylight hours dealing with this shit. The fuck out of here. And so Michael, he kept trying to move him on to this topic and this topic, and the guy just would not fuck do it. So he actually had to visit, like, look. What the fuck? I don't know why this keeps doing it. I think it's doing it just to fuck with me. I might find another fucking browser. Maybe Opera isn't the best one. We continue. Speakerphone. There we go. Fuck it. This has been working for months, and then now it just stops fucking working. Okay. Thank you. Why are you just having people call you? Why don't you do the fucking streamer thing? I don't know. I don't know why. I lost my fucking train of thought. I'm going to be honest with you. I lost my train of thought because of this shit. Anyway, long story short, you spend all your time listening to this shit, or, it's anything else, getting your doctorate in feminism like Ray John's probably doing right now. Studying racial inequality or whatever the fuck people study these days. All the fucking worthless agree. You can spend your time doing that shit, but what's the payout? Do you get anything from that? Maybe do you have a... Hey, at least, if you study... I don't know, maybe gender studies or something like that. Maybe you can get a government job, and that doesn't help society, but at least you get a payout from it. Okay, fine. I can understand that. Talked to a lady about 4 or 5 years ago. I was asking people what they were studying. I think she was gender studies or socialism or something like that. And she was getting her doctorate, and she was a shoe-in to get her, what do you call it, like, get a teaching position there. She was getting a stipend to study. She was actually getting paid. She was getting paid to study this this field, and then she had a job at the end of it. It's a government job, which means that there's no real production from it. Quite the opposite, actually. But at least there was a payout for her. At least she got something from it. What does studying all this religious shit get you? Communist studies, that pretty much, you're right, Ray John. That kind of boils it down there. That's what it leads to, anyways. Now, if you're going to do that, at least make sure there's a fucking payout. She made sure it was a payout. She had a job at the end of it. She was paid to do it. And she had other stipends as well. I don't think she had to pay for food. She'd have to pay for room and board. Both of those, you may know, kind of major expenses. But she got something from it. So that I'm not going to take from her. Okay. You may be evil. You may be taking from my pockets to pay for your shit, but you know what? At least you get something from it. So there's that. The other thing he was talking about is the reason he picked his name was Alkaline City. There's the myth, and I'm going to call it that because that's exactly what it is. You need to have an alkaline diet to be optimal health. And what that ends up leading to is essentially just it's the first rule of what is it? The lies the retards believe in. I have 13 of them. I've got that saved somewhere. I'll post it maybe in the group chat or something. Ray John, if you want, let me know. I can post it in the group chat so you can see them for yourself. Again, you don't have to be a retard to believe this, but most retards will believe these, or at least a few of them. First one on the list, meat bad, plants good. Specifically talking about what the hell? Athem's awake apparently. I wonder what he's up to. Probably some redhead chick. It has to do with dieting. And that's where I was going with the whole world's greatest nutrition thing. There's this whole thing is like, what is it? Meat is acidic and therefore it's bad, but there's some plants you eat that are alkaline and it's good. And in case you don't know what that means, we're talking about the pH scale, where you have the baseline is 7. It goes from 0 to 14. The baseline is 7. Water would be neutral. Water, distilled spring water, whatever, it will be a baseline of 7. And so the higher you go it's more alkaline or more caustic, depending on what measurement you want to use. If you go lower than that, it's more acidic. Now, acidic is more thought of as bad for the body. More alkaline is thought of as good for the body. And since meat happens to be, it happens to be a little bit more acidic, just by itself, keep that in mind. And then a lot of plants, they tend to be more alkaline. The logic there being that plants will be better as far as the pH scale goes than meat would. Beef specifically, red meat specifically. Again, where did they come up with the term of retardism? Where does clown world get his fucking mindset from? Now, he was talking about a whole lot of biblical shit, which prompts me to think, did he read the first fucking book? There were the two sons that Adam and Eve had. They were Cain and they were Abel. And what they did was, again, I don't know who the second person is. Maybe it's Atham. Feel free to call in 253-397-8430. That is the number 253-397-8430. Both of their sons, they're required to make sacrifices to God, basically, to keep God happy. Now, what Cain did, or what Abel did, we'll talk about Abel first. What Abel did was he made sacrifices to God using plants in his garden, carrots, potatoes, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember exactly what the plants were, but he made plant sacrifices. Cain, however, made animal sacrifices, lambs, foxes, you name it. And so since God, as far as the Christian thing goes, he actually preferred the animal sacrifices that Cain was making as opposed to the plant sacrifices that Abel was making. So Cain was a lot more in favor with God than Abel was. This is what led to Abel killing Cain, his own brother, because God preferred Cain over Abel because of the sacrifices he was making. Now, that's a basic fucking lesson. I don't know. I'm not a fucking studier of, Christianity or Catholicism or the Bible or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not. But I at least fucking know that. That's real fucking basic. And so while this guy was going on about, you need to have plants because you need to be alkaline. And then but previously you went over this whole fucking thing, all this fucking crazy obscure shit about Christianity and all this stuff. Like, really? How'd you miss that basic fucking lesson? And to just touch on that, Bull Rush is in the chat. What are you doing up? The same thing I'll be doing up if I was at the bar. I'm on the West Coast, remember, Bull Rush? What are these bar times you speak of? Again, if you want to comment on this shit, call in 253-397-8430. That is 253. That's the area code. That's South King County and Pierce County. 397-8430. You can comment on this as well. We missed that basic fucking biblical lesson. Joe Dolio, he's real good at picking the fucking Bible verses that are more tactical. Tactical-wisdom.com, by the way. Real good fucking blog. Go read it. Read it fucking now. Read it yesterday. You missed that fucking lesson. Here's the thing, and I know this because I researched this a long fucking time ago. Your body, or your blood actually, you have to have it between, what was it, 7.35 and 7.45 on the pH scale. That's what your blood has to be at, basically. You stray too far away from that for too long, you die. Your blood can't be too acidic. Your blood can't be too alkaline. It has to be in that range. And it doesn't matter what the fuck you eat, your body's going to fucking correct it. That's why you pee out a lot of, if you eat acidic shit and you pee out and your urine tests positive for a lot of acid when you're eating acid, like if you eat like nothing but steaks or bacon or whatever, and you pee out very acidic, that's your kidneys doing its fucking job. And so he was talking about, you need to eat alkaline things to make your body more alkaline. That's patently fucking false. Again, we're talking about, what's his name? Alkaline Life. I think that's his YouTube handle. I think his handle on Instagram and Twitter and all this other shit. He was on the Michael Decon Program. For those of you guys who were just tuning in. He went on this whole fucking thing. Go listen to it. It's in the description. You can listen to it for yourself. And he went so far off the fucking deep end. He went so off the deep end. Michael Decon himself, he had to fucking cut him off. And he had way more patience than I did. Now, depending if I was on something serious, I would have just let him fucking go. I would have just sat back and fucking watched. But I don't know what Michael Decon had going on in the background. Maybe he had some other things to do. Maybe he had some meals to make. Maybe he had some fucking fires to put out. Maybe he had some women he had to sleep with. Who knows? Maybe he actually cared about his show more than I would care about mine, really. That's why his is called the Michael Decon Program. Maybe. I don't know. This is just a show. It's just going to keep fucking going. I would have. I mean, he was worth it. If he was on my show, I'd just let him keep fucking going just for the content alone. But even he had to fucking sign like, look, dude, you're gonna keep going. I gotta end this shit. But nice coming on. Maybe I'll have you coming on again. I don't think he's ever gonna show back up on the Michael Decon Program. But who knows if he does? If he does, I'll fucking listen. It's entertaining. Doesn't mean he's right. And so that's why I did this. Is like, I'm listening. It's like, this dude is patently fucking wrong on this. Even though he's talking all this Christian shit, all this fucking Catholicism shit, or whatever the fuck it was, he's gotten into some real fucking rabbit holes as far as that goes. But he thinks that an alkaline diet is a fucking good thing. Did you forget Cain and Abel? Did you forget why Abel killed Cain? Was because Cain had better sacrifices? Read animals that he was sacrificing for God, and God actually preferred that over the fucking carrots that Abel was burning down for him. It's the start of the fucking Bible. It's the very first fucking story. And you believe plants are fucking better than animals because alkalines. Like, for real? Even I know that. And I don't study this shit religiously. No pun intended. Ow. Shit. So that was the point I wanted to make. One, If you want to believe that there are these angels and devils and fallen things here, that, you know, that they're going to rise up and take over, and Agenda 21 is tied to that, and there's nothing us mere mortals can do anything about, fine. Okay, maybe you're right. And that means there's nothing we can do about it. Therefore, why worry about it? Why worry about things you can't do anything about? I'd rather worry about things that I can do something about. I'm worried about going to the fucking Salt Lake meetup. That's something I can do about. Maybe I can meet people like Bull Rush. I don't think he's going to be there. He's got other things going on. Of which, unless he wants to talk about that, then we can talk about that. But he's got other things going on. Bull Rush, a good example. Is Bull Rush worried about the fucking second coming of Jesus or Lucifer or God or whatever? I don't think he is. He's got bigger and better things to worry about. All right, you can worry about things that you don't control. And my thing is, you know, you have better uses of your time. I'm making this time because what else do I have to do tonight? Shower, make something to eat, and go to bed. That's all I got left to do. Salt Lake meetup. Yeah, Ray John messaged me later. I doubt you'll make it, but I'm going to guess you're welcome. I was a vegan once, ate meat, and never looked back. You know, that's what most humans fucking do. But either he's right and that there's nothing I can do. And so why worry? Or he's full of shit, whether he realizes it or not. Maybe he believes, I guarantee you he believes everything he's saying. But it could be wrong. It's like this old fucking second coming, this rapture thing that's coming, whatever. And it never fucking shows up. Which means he's full of shit. Whether he realizes it or not. And if it's something that isn't real, then again, even a better reason not to worry about it. It's a better reason to do something else that actually is more worth your time. Whether it's me doing a fucking podcast here, whether it's me studying some nutrition shit, or learning how to get fucking YouTube live on at thegoddamnbacon.com. Hell, rage on playing video games or listening to this shit in the meantime. That's a better use of your time. He took all the time learning this obscure shit, which may or may not be fucking real in the first fucking place. What's the better use of your time? Me sitting here smoking the last of my fucking cigar. Drinking hard seltzers because I'm doing the protein sparing fast. And by the way, the reason I'm drinking the hard seltzers is because beer and wine, both of them have carbs in them. And so I want to do this as best as I can. Me doing this fucking nutritional experiment shit. I don't make any money off of this. But you know what? I get good fucking data. Data that can help out other people. Especially once I start writing this shit down again. Me writing it down, I don't make any money off of it. But other people may benefit from it. What do you benefit from knowing about Nephilim and the other 12 fucking angels of destruction, or whatever the fuck it was? What do you get from learning about these 12-foot tall, you know, angels or demons or whatever the fuck they are, and how you're so powerless against them? What do you get from learning about the Rothschilds and Hitler's father and whatever the fuck he was talking about? What do you get from that? What actionable things can you do learning about this shit? Again, if you want to be academic, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. Go right ahead. I may have learned about it myself. Who knows? Maybe it will be entertaining. Who knows? And at least at that point, if I got nothing better to do, at least it's entertaining. And I say, it's either has to provide some real world benefit or it has to be entertaining. Nothing wrong with reading books. Nothing wrong with meeting up with people like Bull Rusher, Vince or Rob or TJ or Joe Curl or whatever at a certain event. Nothing wrong with playing cards with them. Nothing wrong with going to a restaurant maybe or something. But there's a benefit there. What benefit are you getting from this? That's all I'm trying to say. I guess if I wanted to make this more actionable, that brings value to your life, then go ahead and do it. That's fine. Not my cup of tea, but I'm not here to judge you for that. You want to believe in God, you want to believe in these angels and stuff. You think your religion is better than other ones, and that's what you choose to follow. I'm fine with that. You go right ahead. And he made the point that, it was like, if you don't believe in this, you're not a real Christian or you're not a real whatever. He's still not trying to enforce that on anybody. So go ahead. I don't care. Believe in whatever you want to believe in. All I'm saying is make it work for you. If you're not getting benefit from it, then why are you doing it in the first fucking place? Why are you sinking your time? Again, your time is the most important thing to you. I don't care if you believe in the afterlife. I don't care if you don't. As far as your living life goes, that's all you got. You got a set amount of time. You can make $1 million a year. You can make $10 a year. You can live in a shack. You can live in a mansion. You could drive a beater. You could drive a fucking Harley. You could drive a Lamborghini. We all will have those inequalities, for lack of a better term. But the one thing we all have in common is our time. And how you spend that is up to you. Are you going to spend that as best as it suits you or as best as it suits others? That's another thing that I think this does. All these religions, they end up serving other people. And this guy even brought it up himself. A lot of the religions, they serve other people. They're basically the same thing as fucking government. It's an organization that serves one group of people better than others. Are you going to spend your time fucking dealing with that? Are you going to spend your time invested in that? Or are you going to spend your time invested in you and your fellow man and your family and your friends and other people you care about? However you choose to label them. I don't know about you, but I'd rather choose that rising. Rajon is real good at trolling the fucking chats that he's usually in. Tell you what, I would spend time with Rajon personally, or I spend time with this guy because I don't have the fucking time to think about all these angels and shit that I'm apparently powerless against. And they have my worst interests in mind, and there's nothing I can do. I'm not going to spend my time worrying about that because it's something I can't do anything about if I'm going to take him at his word. There's this calamity that's coming, and there's nothing you can do about it. So why worry about it? It's going to happen. In the mean fucking time, I got booze to drink. I got food to eat. I got places to visit. I got businesses to patronize. I got cigars to smoke. I got appliances to fix. I got gardens to water. At some point, maybe I'll have meat to raise. Who knows? I got things that are in my fucking control that I can do something about. Why would I waste my time worrying about shit that is not in my control? Why would I waste my time in that kind of paralysis? And that's what it really is. It's paralysis. Sure, you're doing things, but these henchmen could come out of fucking nowhere and, you know, enslave and kill you and rape you or whatever the fuck it is. Okay, that could happen. Until that happens, I got other things to do. I'm going to make sure I enjoy my fucking time. This is the only time I'm going to have on this fucking planet, as far as I'm concerned. Why the fuck would I be worried about that other shit? I got diets to try out. I'm trying out one last one right now. Drinking hard seltzers that are spiked with different things. That might actually bring some benefit to somebody else down the line. Hey, you want to do the low carb diet or a protein sparing fast and you don't want to give up drinking? I found a way to do it. That at least has a fucking benefit. Hey, you don't want to run AC or you don't have an AC, but there's smoke out there and your lungs are particularly sensitive to particulates. I found a way around that. Want to learn about that? We could do that too. I found a way around that. A lot more actionable than Jesus Christ, these fucking angels are going to come kill us all and there's nothing we can do about it. Why would you waste your time worrying about that? If they're going to come kill us, then come kill us. As I said before, Captain Mifune of The Matrix said it best. If it's our time to die, it's our time. All I ask is, if we have to give these bastards our lives, we give them hell before we do. And that's what I'll do. You know what? These fuckers come after us if it's fucking real. I think I got a better chance than the average person does. Will Rush does as well. If these fuckers come after us, if I have to die, they're going to get a whole lot of fucking hell from me before I do. They're going to pay for it. And even in that fucking case, where there's nothing I can do, I'm going to die no matter what. I'm at least going to get my fucking, I'm going to get my blood in. I'm going to get my fucking money's worth. I'm giving them hell before it happens. And you know what? That's how I think anybody who follows this fucking program should fucking think. Look, maybe you're going to die. Maybe the forces are insurmountable. But you know what? If it is and there's no other way but to confront these fuckers directly, give them hell first. I don't know about you, but if I gotta die at the hands of somebody else, they're gonna fucking earn it. Fuck if I'm gonna just fucking die on my knees. That ain't happening. And by the way, that's what I see for Let 'Em Burn. Team Let 'Em Burn, by the way. Myself, Bull Rush, Rob says he doesn't have a good outlook on his survival for whatever reason. I have a higher proposition on his survival than he does. But even he says I'm gonna at least take a couple other people with me. EJ Martinell, Aaron Clary, and his girlfriend. Nick Schulander, Athama Decua, Juan Cabrera, both of those being part of the Rooftop Mexican Protection Syndicate. Greg Crusader, Sass One Too Many, Mick Tubis, Joe Curl, Joe Dolio. One person that's really going to be fucking hard to kill, by the way. All of us. The 5%, Team Let 'Em Burn. We ain't going down quietly. And we shouldn't, because why should we? If it's going to come to that, then fucking fight. Maybe it is insurmountable, but you know what? Make them fucking pay for it. Make it a pure victory for them. But that's just my particular thought. You know what? You can worry about this shit. You spend time studying about things that you have no control over. Or you can spend your time studying things that you do have control over. Which one do you think is the best use of your time? That's all I got. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. If you're listening to this and this is the you only know about the YouTube channel, go to thegoddamnbacon.com. That is the spelled the normal way. THE. Goddamn. GODDA. M as in Mike. N as in November. BACON.com. That's where most of my works end up. This one probably won't end up there. It's just on the YouTube. You can also find me at The Goddamn Bacon on Instagram, or the new channel that I have on Twitter, because the old one got banned. It got banished. That's why Bacon the Banished. Bacon, L as in Lima, A as in Alpha, H as in Hotel, Show. Bacon, LHH Show. That's where you can find me. If you'd like to help out the program. As I've seen a lot of people, Kevin in Sales, by the way, let's give him a shout out real quick. Look up Kevin in Sales. His handle picture is a white screen with a red rod through it. Happens to be from my culture, by the way. He happens to be from Black culture. You can hear it in his voice. He has good content up. Look up Kevin in Sales. Again, Michael Decon. He's in the description. Find him. DECON. That's how you pronounce it. Or spell it, rather. Big voice guy. Very good program. He has people who come on and does shit like this that inspires me to do fucking broadcast. And that's how you find us. Have any questions? You can send an email to bacon at thegoddamnbacon.com, or you can reach out to me at on the DMs. Instagram, again, thegoddamnbacon.com, or Twitter at Bacon LAH Show. That stands for Laughter at Humanity. That's something I should have made before I got fucking banished from the other account. But there you go. There you have it. Again, once again, thank you for taking the time to listen. Until next time. Stay ready. Keep it tactical. And above all else, be chaos, my friends.